Ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Today we're going to do a core yoga workout flow. Just bear with me, I'm just recovering from being sick, so I might sniffle, I might cough, and I might take it a little bit slower. Thanks for your patience ahead of time. Let's just get right into it. We're going to begin in a child's pose, so bring those knees nice and wide and melt your hips down to your heels, and bring your forehead to the mat. We'll keep our child's pose active today, so lift those forearms, spread your fingers nice and wide. And if you'd like, you can get a little bit of rocking motion, going side to side, dropping one elbow at a time. Take a deep breath in, filling up the belly, and exhale slowly out through the mouth. And then find some stillness here. We'll go forward onto our belly and bring our hands down beside our hips. And we're going to go into locust pose. So take a deep breath in as you lift your chest and your feet off of the mat, bringing those hands up behind you, palm up, and exhale back down. We're going to do this a couple more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Just getting that core ready. You can plant your hands under your shoulders and press into a downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet if you like, since this is our first downward facing dog of the day. You can rock up onto your tiptoes, give your feet a little stretch. And then once again, find stillness. Inhale that right leg to the sky. And exhale, bring your foot in between your hands, pivot that back foot so it's parallel, and rise up into warrior one. Make sure that knee is over top of your ankle and that you're actively pressing that foot out, and you're trying to turn this left hip towards this lead leg. Tuck that tailbone underneath, nice long lean spine. I'm going to reverse this warrior so you can drop that left hand to the back of your thigh or take a bind behind that lower back and lean back, extending that right arm over behind you, getting a nice stretch in that right side body. And we'll release right into triangle, so bring those arms parallel, straighten that front leg, shift forward, and then lower that right hand to that right shin, extending left arm overhead. If you'd like to extend this triangle, you can take your right hand and place it on the mat behind that right foot. And we're going to lift back up, bring those hands to your hips, and we're going to turn our toes to face the wide part of our mat. Inhale those hands to the sky, and exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips for a wide-legged forward fold. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can take your hands and crawl them behind in between your legs, kind of behind you, just to pull your upper half closer to your bottom half. And relax that neck. If you've deepened that stretch, just come back to center, plant that right hand in the center of your mat, and then inhale that left arm to the sky. that twist, and we'll go to the other side. So left hand in the center and right arm to the sky. Release that hand back to the mat. We're gonna take our heels and just pull them inward, and then you can tiptoe your feet in just a little wider than hip distance apart, and we're gonna meet in a garland squat here. So make sure that weight is in your heels and your chest is nice and long. You're not curled over top of your knees. You're just trying to keep a nice long spine. This is a pretty uncomfortable pose, so make sure you're breathing through it, using those exhales to release any tension you might be feeling. Plant those hands to the mat and come down onto your knees into hero pose. And we'll just take this opportunity here to curl our toes underneath and stretch our feet. And then focus on that nice long spine in your, in your spine. We're gonna focus on keeping a nice long spine, so tuck that tailbone underneath and really imagine that there's a string at the top of your head and it's pulling you nice and straight. And you can release and sit all the way back on your bum. And we're gonna go into boat pose here. A couple options for you. If you like, you can keep your heels on the mat and just lean back until you feel your core engage. Another option, lift those legs parallel. You can keep your hands behind your thighs here or extend them out in front of you. And if you'd like to make it even more challenging, straighten those legs. Try to touch your nose to your knees. Whatever you need today. I'm gonna stay right here today. And make sure you breathe. Don't hold your breath in these static positions. And one more breath. And release the pose. We're gonna come back into that child's pose. On your knees, melting those hips down to your heels, bringing that forehead to the mat. Take a couple breaths here before we take that movement to the other side. And we're gonna roll onto our bellies for that locust flow again. This time though, we're gonna take our hands in front of us and make sure when we're doing this that you're not lifting your head up to look at the screen. You're gonna keep your neck nice and neutral and just keep your gaze down at the mat. All right, so all together, inhale, lift your arms and legs off of the mat. And exhale, flow back down, releasing to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A couple more times. And last one. Beautiful. Plant those hands and lift into a downward facing dog. Going to add in a little movement here into this downward facing dog. We'll take our right hip and then drop it down to the mat. Just let it hover above it though, don't touch the mat. Lift back up and we'll drop our hip to the left side. Back up, and we'll do that one more time each side. Really think about engaging your core. Exhaling as you're dropping. And inhaling as you lift back up. Beautiful work. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale, Step in between your hands, pivot that back foot, rise up into warrior one. Whew. I always hate getting sick and then having to recover. Like it's like square one with your cardio. It's such a pain in the ass because it takes so much work to get really good cardio and then just to lose it. Ugh. We're going to reverse this warrior, taking a bind or relaxing that right hand to the back of the thigh. And then leaning in a triangle, straightening that front leg, shift forward, drop that left hand to the left shin. Again, you have the option to place that hand outside of that foot to extend the triangle. From here, we're gonna rise up, put our hands on our hips and turn your toes to the wide part of your mat. I'm just gonna turn to face you guys. Inhale those hands to the sky, and exhale, folding forward for that wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna go into another twist from here, but we're gonna make it a little bit more intense. So we'll take our right hand all the way to our left foot, and then inhale that left arm to the sky. One more breath. And release. We'll go to the other side. Left hand to right foot. Inhale, right arm to the sky. One more breath. And release. And from here, we will tiptoe our feet in, which is a little wider than hip distance apart. Make sure your feet are at a little bit of an angle here, and sink into that garland squat. My brain just like blacked out there for a second. And all together, deep breath in, exhale. We'll move into that hero pose with our little foot stretch here, so you can sit on your toes if you like. Remember, tuck that tailbone in, nice long spine, stirring, pulling your spine straight. I'm just gonna add in a little wrist movement here, just for funsies. So just roll your wrists in both directions. Release that foot stretch, sit all the way to your bum, and we'll go into that boat pose. So whatever variation you want today. We're gonna add a little bit of extra core work in here. So we're gonna tuck our knees to our chest and then extend our legs and keep our back lifted off the mat. Exhale as you contract. Inhale, extend. Couple more. And last one. And beautiful work. You can roll all the way down onto your back. All right, from here, we're just gonna get a couple of spinal stretches going so you can extend your arms overhead. And then we're just gonna interlock our fingers, making a nice little steeple with our fingers. And we'll bring our fingers and head over to the left side of our mat, and then we'll take our feet and bring them to the left side for a nice little banana pose. So getting a nice deep stretch in that right side. Release to center, we'll take that to the other side. Ooh, keep my little Christmas tree. And release. And you can come into a comfortable seated position, or if you like, you can shut this video off and go into a little Shavasana. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you in my little dojo. You go enjoy the rest of your day. Don't get sick. It sucks. Wash your hands, take your vitamins, drink some water, drink lots of water. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Os.